If y'all sitting up there thinking that a woman is supposed to be sitting around, you gonna get to put her on the shelf and she gonna be just sitting around waiting on you to come back, nigga, you deluding yourself. Hi family, welcome back to Crown Tarot 999. It's Sabrina again. I'm glad to see y'all back with me. Got some messages for y'all today. We're gonna go ahead and get started and bless the area. And bless the energy. Thank you, God, for your divine white light and your divine energy. Thank you for your protection and your guidance. Thank you for my lovely community and my angel spirit guides and ancestors. And thank you for your blessings, your wisdom as we channel these messages. In God's name I pray. Amen. All right. We'll go ahead and get into what is going on in the energy today. I'm not gonna lie. I've been feeling intense energy from the divine masculine per usual. Uh, the divine masculines are going through a collective shift, and their ego is breaking down, and it is causing them to look towards their divine feminine. Divine feminine trying to do them, trying to live their life. Let's see what the messages is. Let's see what the messages. Oh, I am using the Cosmic Tarot deck, and then I'll go over all the other decks when I start using them. First card we have honeymoon. Got gambling, problems with addiction or gambling, and bad finances. And yes, whatever that means. Yeah, move on at the bottom of the deck. That was basically on the bottom of the deck when I pulled it out and I shuffled and it's still on the bottom of the deck. So that's the divine feminine trying to move on with her life. She's trying to move on with her life, and the divine masculine is over here thinking and reminiscing, and communicate is right on the bottom, underneath move on, and date night is right underneath that. So you can tell what the divine masculine is thinking about versus the divine feminine already. We haven't even gotten into nothing yet. Yeah, honeymoon, gambling, and yes. So divine feminines, if you're thinking that your divine masculine is in your energy, thinking about you, if you've been getting signs that this man is about to come back around and get on your nerves or whatever the case, then the answer is yes. Gambling, that's giving me that this man is ready to take a risk, is about to take a risk. He might be working on his finances. He might not have had the best financial accounting for themselves personally in the past, but when a man ready to take care of his family, he gets money up. And then honeymoon, because he thinking about all the things he could do to try to get your attention and impress you, child. So next we're gonna do the true emotional. It's one of my favorites because I like to be in people's business. Because, like I said, if the divine masculine send me all this energy anyway, psycho crazy ass is what fell out. I'm gonna keep it. I ain't even shuffle. Some of y'all do got crazy asses in their damn feelings, secluding themselves, not expressing themselves. Oh, that makes sense. So, living in the moment, yeah. This person may not actually be crazy. I think what they tend to do is make themselves look like a fool. That's what happens when you suppress. It's the pressure cooker effect. And you sit there and you suppress and you keep all this bottled up inside of you for so long. And when you finally let it out, you crash out. It all comes out at one time. You got secret accounts. This person looking at you, watching you, stalking you. You trying to live your own life. And they trying to keep this a secret. That they got an obsession with you. Divine masculine, he don't know how to do shit on a healthy way. In a healthy way. Feeling like shit. That's because he is suppressing all them damn feelings by the divine feminine. Right? You got secrets again. That's a double confirmation. I told you. But the cycle is about to close because they finna air all they business out. Little spill. They just in a chokehold. You ain't did nothing to put no spell on them. They probably sitting there thinking that you put a spell on them or something like that, but that's their own. Your reality is a making of your own thinking and habits and behaviors. And if you wake up every morning, think about it, go to sleep, think about it, you get on social media and you look at the social media, you everything you eat shit and sleep divine feminine, then yeah, you gonna feel like you in a chokehold when it comes to her energy. So let's go ahead and do the tarot. Get some details about this masculine here. Oh, and what I'm using this time is a Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. This is one of my favorite decks too, because this was one of my first decks. And it's always fun. Let's see it. What is the important messages that I need to know? Four candles. That's the first thing that came out. So four candles is four wands. I just get a couple cards before I start clarifying. Eight of Cups. We got the Eight of Swords, which is the Eight of Needles, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no. Excuse me. These are Presents, which is Pentacles. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This is exactly what I was thinking it was. And then we have 10 of Candles, which is the 10 of Wands. Let me just get one more card. Got Six of Pentacles. So this is my Divine Masculine Goes on a Journey card. Or it could be sometimes Divine Feminine too, but it's your it's the emotional journey. Um, a lot of times when you see a movie, great example, Bridgerton, the third season when it was Penelope's turn. Uh, I forgot the young man's name, but it's the younger son. The youngest son, he went on a journey and he came back. And he came back mature. He came back a wise man type of thing. And then, like before he left, he was not acknowledging his feelings and he didn't know how to articulate how he felt about Penelope. So he would embarrass her basically. And then when he came back, he understood immediately how he felt about her, and it was no confusion to everybody else in the outside world about their relationship. He prioritized their relationship. He At first he was trying to say that they was best friends, but then after when he realized that Penelope was not going for that, because while he was gone on his journey, she was on her journey as well. She was maturing as well, loving herself, becoming figuring out who she is. When he came back, she was not on that. She wasn't having that. She said, "You embarrassed me. I'm not doing that." And he had to make a choice as to whether or not he was going to claim her and be real about his feelings and be true to her, because that's when they started messing around and stuff too. Or is he going to play for the crowd and give everybody else what everybody else wants? And he chose himself and he chose what he wanted. And that was Penelope. And they ended up getting married. Their marriage was beautiful. And their marriage was an example for everybody else to see. So, with that being said, there's a divine masculine who went on a journey emotionally, of course. They could have been traveling or something as well, physical. But what I see physically is the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. This person has been trying to get their finances together. They've been getting a house in order type thing. Uh, and it's because they are worried about you, divine feminine, because you at home getting your stuff together, looking beautiful. Uh, and they worried about whether or not they're gonna lose their queen, their prized possession. Okay, so we're gonna clarify some of these cards that we had going on here over here. Let's clarify Psycho Crazy X. Oof, it's a whole bunch of stuff that came out. We got the Knight of Needles. That's the Knight of Swords. This person, uh, like I said, oh, they go to Tower. Oop. And so just a little stack. I'm probably not gonna take all of them, but I'll read it. We got Six of Wands, Six of Candles, Page of that one jumped out of my hand. Page of Potions, Queen of Candles, Three of Cups, Three of Potions, Two of Candles, and the Seven of Pentacles or the Seven of Presents. It's exactly what I said it was. This man gonna jump out of nowhere. Something happened to this person to where they are having a shift in their energy. They are no longer going to be suppressing. They're going to come out. It's going to seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but with the Two of Wands right here, this person has been plotting and planning on this for a while. They've been doing things to plant seeds. They literally have been getting, they might have been feeling like they need to wait for a certain amount of time to come back around you. But they always had the intention with the Three of Cups to rekindle whatever relationship it is. Page Cups, the apple of their eye. You the baddest bitch smoking with the Queen of Wands. You're very sexy to them. You are ambitious. You're a go getter, and they felt like that they had to be on your level. You shine. You got a certain energy about you, and they needed to be able to stand beside you. Six of Wands. They wanted to make sure that they would be able to be chosen. Divine feminine, divine masculine didn't feel like he was enough for you, and he had to go. And he had, but I feel like it wasn't always them thinking that they weren't enough for you, even though that's probably what they felt deep down inside. Because, like I said before, what is that man's name? Before Penelope's husband went on his journey, he didn't think that way about himself, but there was that energy. There was something deep down inside that was him rejecting what his actual purpose was, and he didn't understand who he was in the inside first before he went on this journey. He went on a journey. He had different experiences, so he started to be able to learn about himself because he didn't have his normal people, his normal family, normal influences around him trying to shape his identity for him. He had the ability to go out and figure out who he was on his own. And then he comes back and he sees you beautiful and blossoming, and now he got to have you. What's living in the moment, spirit? How is this gonna come about? What is all these stacks? We got Eight of Wands, Eight of Needles, Eight of Swords. Eight of Needles. Sometimes it's still hard for me to read these cards. Eight of Swords. Self imposed prison. We got the Nine of Cups, Nine of Potions. That's you being happy within yourself. Queen of Potions, you taking care of yourself. This man thinking you ain't gonna want him because you over there looking beautiful, doing good for yourself. Three of Wands, he thinking you done got too far away from him. He trying to move his boat closer to you and shit. He done went on a detour is what he feel like for real, for real. He feel like he moved further away from you. You just kept going. Didn't even look back. He looking at that fat ass that's behind you, but he's not looking in front of you because he's not there. He doesn't feel like he's there anyway. Five of Cups, he regrets it. He regret leaving your side. Well, fortune, he needed to. It was necessary. For Pentacles, his mindset ain't all the way there yet. He's still thinking, he's still putting you on a pedestal and thinking lower of himself, lesser of himself. But when it comes to living in the moment, that girl, they looking at you like you said the world gonna keep turning. I mean, that's the reality though. Like divine masculines, if y'all sitting up there thinking that a woman is supposed to be sitting around, you gonna get to put her on the shelf and she gonna be just sitting around waiting on you to come back, nigga, you deluding yourself. Ask yourself if the situation was the other way around, would you be sitting around waiting on her? No. So why would you be assuming that she would be doing the same thing? Y'all really you having delusional mindsets when it comes to women. Y'all really be thinking like y'all be hypocritical as hell when it comes to women and y'all expectations for women. Because why would you think that a woman is going to sit up there and wait around for you? It's 2026. I done said this in every single video. It is 2026. All that old school crap. The women ain't got nothing to do but sit at home with the kids. That's old ass thinking. Stop listening to Papa. Papa don't know this shit because Papa been married for or divorced, got 12 kids or whatever, but he's not doing what you're doing right now. And women ain't the same as what it was in 1960, 1942 or whatever, baby. We got opportunities, we got jobs, we got things to do, we got goals, we got children to take care of. We ain't fit to be sitting around waiting on you. Life is too hard. Inflation going up. We at war right now. We sitting up here trying to make sure we good, living our best lives. And y'all worried about whether or not we on the shelf collecting dust. No, y'all worried about whether or not we collected dust. So we got the Four Cups in the world. Cause I'm getting projection, but I'm thinking divine masculine can't be so slow and so still dense that he is projecting and he's still blaming the outcome of the situation on divine feminine. Because the Four of Cups is about rejection. It's about you not understanding what God has for you at the time that he's trying to give it to you. You thought the green one was on the grass was greener on the other side, and you probably felt for some kind of superficial situation, some counterfeit. And in the world, which is you opening and closing to a situation. So with that being said, to living in a moment, you was living in a moment and then you mad, you should be mad at yourself. But at the same time, divine masculine, I always say nothing happens for everything happens for a reason. It was meant for you. Because imagine had you been as you are and you stayed with your divine feminine, you would have destroyed that whole entire relationship because you were not mature enough. She probably wasn't mature enough. Especially if you still in the mindset of blaming her for your choices. You still not mature enough. Why does she have to have responsibility for you and everything you do and how you feel? That's your responsibility. You got the Page of Pentacles. Then he want another opportunity. He try to see if the door's still open. With the world still on the bottom of the deck, try to see if that door's still open. What else do we need? Got Ace of Pentacles and a King. I ain't even clarified nothing. King of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. My nose is itching so bad. Somebody is in your business, Divine Family. Because when my nose itch like that, it means somebody in your business. I was nauseated last night real bad. What is that? Because I'm putting it in the camera. 5 of Wands is confliction. This divine masculine want to know what you got going on, and I was saying I was feeling nauseated last night. I was drinking on Memorial Day, but it doesn't. I made sure that I wasn't gonna have no hangover. I was drinking water. I was eating food. Had some bread. I didn't drink too much. I know my limit, so it was quite unusual that the delay came a day and some change after at nighttime, and I was just like, my stomach was toe up, and I'm like, maybe I ate too much or something like that, and I was just like, no. I didn't eat more than I usually do. And then I was sitting there thinking like, it's always if I wake up at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, it's always for a reason. Somebody is up at night, sick to their motherfucking stomach because they want to know what the fuck you have going on. But at the same time, they in your business. So maybe it's a situation where you're more so a private person. You don't necessarily put your whole life on the internet. Like people don't know whether or not you're in a relationship because you're not the type that'll be posting stuff like that. Or you not like you don't post very often. And if you do, it's like your content. It's not like your personal life. So he is trying to see whether or not he is gonna be the one and have an opportunity or if he's gonna have to fight. I think he's also feeling conflicted because of the guilt and how he left the situation. Because at nighttime, because I already said at the beginning of the reading, he eat shit, breathe you. They wake up, think about you, go to sleep, think about you. He eat, think about you. His stomach gets sick because he think about you. He thinking about you. So he is very concerned as to whether or not you're available. The Page of Needles back on the bottom of the deck again. That's the motherfucking your business. He trying to learn some things. He trying to figure out some things. What he can do with secret accounts. 5 of Pentacles. Got 2 swords. Hmm. This masculine is this masculine right here, honey, is a little toxic. This masculine is toxic. The 2 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. He don't understand why. He's still trying to figure out why you're not in his life or why like the situation is like why you ain't came back, why you ain't. And that's the secret accounts. He's lurking, trying to figure out what you got going on. And I was like, baby, you doing that because your priorities fucked up. 2 of Pentacles, juggling, juggling his life. Because all the energy he putting into checking on you, divine feminine, surely he got to be neglecting something in his life. Surely he got to be tired. Why? What's feeling like shit? Tired of all these cards coming out. I see why I don't use this deck like that. Because Spirit don't ever give me nothing simple when I do this deck, use this deck at 3 of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups, Ace of Potions. I said the Three of Pentacles. This is Three of Swords, y'all. What's Three of Pentacles? Commitment. What's this? Heartbreak. Death. So, he knows it's his fault. He knows. All this shit he knows. Okay? He understands. He just wants you to take responsibility for it so it can make it shit easier for him. Because he doesn't want to face the consequences of having to face you, honey. Grow up, DM, because you thought you knew better. You knew it all. You know that grass ain't greener on the other side. Where the Four of Cups at? Because it was out. Okay? You knew what you were doing, boo. And now you upset. Let me ask this. Why is this man going from him knowing everything, knowing all, to him eat shit and sleeping and breathing divine feminine and can't face her because of his past actions? Why is it like this? Like 5 cards came out. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Hierophant, Ace of Wands, Seven of Needles. What is given to me is that God hid you. You were hidden. He could have had some karmic feminine, because we're gonna get into secrets in a second. He could have had some karmic feminine that he was dealing with that was presenting themselves as somebody that was had an opportunity or was gonna bring some kind of fulfillment, some kind of, I don't know, wealth balance to the situation. You know, that ten of Pentacles energy is what is given. Um, but what is also given with the Hierophant right here, which is you gaining knowledge and wisdom. And then you have the Eight of Wands, which is an opportunity that works out or not works out. And then you have Seven of Swords, which is you trying to make shit go the way you want it to go. And you trying to make sure, like, you cutting corners or you cheating to make sure that you win first place and not it being fair and equal. So I think this person was just trying to get the best outcome out of whatever partner that this person chose. It's kind of given. He chose a false counterpart. He chose false feminine and thinking that he's winning and winning up. But that's the problem with multi-dating. When you date multiple people at one time, you don't have the energy and you don't have the attention span to truly vet a person to see whether or not they're a good match to you, because you so busy comparing the two people, and two, usually those kind of situations don't last very long, so you end up choosing prematurely. And with the Queen of Pentacles energy, it's given that they may have chose like somebody that they may have already had something established with. They might have knew this person more than they knew you. So, and if that's that, okay, that makes sense with the God hid your energy type thing. He just didn't know you. He didn't give you a chance. He didn't give you the time. And now he's looking at you, watching you, because he see you flourishing, being beautiful, and he's finding out more and more about you from a distance than he would been had he gave you a fucking chance. He didn't give you a chance, sis. Sorry. He thought he knew everything. He thought he knew what he was doing, honey. And he was living a damn lie, living a false experience. Ridiculous. Death. And then the motherfucking lovers. He chose wrong, and now the situation is over with. So now he has all of this time on his hands to be able to think about what it was that y'all had going on, or what it could have been, what the potential was. Let's get into secrets. What's secrets? Queen of Swords. Somebody was in his ear, running their damn mouth. Give me more, please. Yeah. The Four of Pentacles, scarcity mindset. And then we got Seven of Cups. There was literally a feminine energy in this person's ear. And this feminine energy, they had a motive. They had a reason to tell this person to go in a certain direction and not go in a certain direction. Who is this Queen of Swords? It's an ex person. The Hangman. Now he got a different perspective. Um, what was this Queen of Swords intentions? What's the Four of Swords? I mean, the Four of Swords. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, because he had time to sit and think. Like he knows what her intentions is now. What's the Four of Pentacles? The Hangman. Oh yeah, we know he got a different perspective, happiness, and what he wants. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, taking that opportunity, taking that leap. Ace of Wands to do something. Yeah, that's not them telling me what that feminine intentions. What did the feminine want? The Chariot, forward movement. Eight of Swords to keep him bound. Yeah, she was thinking from a scarcity mindset too, but that energy just transferred over to him. So he thought that he was more so obligated to be and deal with this situation and make this situation work. What's the confusion? What's the Seven of Cups? Two of Candles. So he may have already had an idea, and then here comes this person because we got the Nine of Needles, the High Priestess, and then we got the Three of Wands. This person came as if they knew more and knew everything, and then confused this masculine into going in a different direction. It's his fault because the Hierophant is out. He needed an opportunity to learn that his ideas and the things that he needs should go first. You should not throw away your own ideas and your own thinking and the things that you think you should do for something that somebody else tells you, especially if it's someone who has not had an experience outside of what you're trying to leave. Like if it's somebody that's not successful in the things that you're trying to do, then you shouldn't listen to them. So if it's the ex telling you to be with them instead of moving forward, like of course you know that they have an agenda and you're gonna fall for it, knowing you have this, but you didn't know enough about the divine feminine, so you really it was your fault. Like because this ex could have said whatever under the sun, as long as you know what you want and you knew the divine feminine enough to know that that would have been a good choice, then you wouldn't have went back that way. But there was a lesson that you needed to learn, divine masculine, as to the reason why you went back that way. There was some information, some knowledge that you did not have. So, for instance, if you would have, say, for instance, you would have had you rejected the karmic and pursued your relationship with the divine feminine, there would have been a situation that would have came up within the relationship that you and divine feminine had that would have made the relationship broken down because you had not learned that lesson yet. So it was important for you to go back and learn that lesson before you move forward with the divine feminine because now you know better. So that was the secret, that he was dating you and somebody else and he was considering going back to his ex while he was dating you. Six of Cups and the Justice. He was going back to his ex while he was dating you. And he went back to his ex and he didn't give you a chance. And now he's in a chokehold at home, can't sleep, his stomach hurt, and all kinds of stuff. Because now he's wondering what it could have been, and he still feels your energy. He's in love with your energy. He's in love with your energy. He's in love with your essence. I think this is what I was talking about in my twin flame reading the other day. This might be a part two. He's in love with your essence and your energy, and now it's breaking down. It's spewing into his physical world. Um, so what's the Four of Candles? Two of Cups, girl. Mm-mm. One more card, please. Ten of Swords, Ten of Needles, the World of Needles on the bottom. So the top. And Knight of Cups. I think this masculine is in two minds. I think there's a part of him that thinks it's over with, and then there's a part that doesn't want it to be over with. He's a little delusional on that sense. What's the Eight of Cups here? We got the Judgment, divine intervention, outcome of a situation, and then we got the Knight of Cups. And now I picked it up in reverse, which to me is all the same because it's clarifying the Eight of Cups, which is you walking away, not walking towards. So with the divine intervention, with the Judgment card and the Knight of Cups, which is about your emotions, and romance and things like that. This person, they literally had to go on a journey